Hello and welcome. Right, I thought the easiest thing might actually be to just start this unloading and then we can push it around a little bit with the thing. I've got the planter ready with the the seeds, and I've filled it with fertilizer from our store. We also need, obviously it was just sugar beet, so we need to be getting the subsoiler going. The first thing we bought, it was cost us an arm and a leg, but yes. Right, need to, yeah, I've unclipped those. Not that we won't be needing these right now. I just thought I'd get the pieces, the soldiers ready for battle, you could say, using a military analogy. Absolutely, yeah. I wanted to come back on here. Yeah, it was. I'm actually getting through the Let's Plays quite well, but I've got a massive, couple of massive sessions. I went on the court farm. I started to do the recordings, and then the sound software went wrong. So I thought, I just can't be doing with it. I'm gonna leave it for now. Right, so we need to be concentrate on what you need to be doing. What I'm going to do, though, I am going to go straight into a time lapse because this is a bit of a beastly episode. There's a lot of work to do, and so I am going to say my words. I am going to go straight into a time lapse. We know what we've got to do. We've got subsoiling to do. I would say ploughing, but it's close to ploughing really. But more of a cultivator really, but it does plough as well. So, well, sort of. Yeah, but you all know this probably. Yeah. That's oh no, that's because it's really on the I always forget the draw distance. It actually yes, you can't always see it, can you really? Right, we're going to do a couple of turns. I'm going to take Marty's advice. We're going to do a couple of things, and then we're going to go around the edges of this. Now, I'm also going to make sure that we've got plenty of things around here. Yes, is that? Oh no, that's wow. I don't. No, actually, it had absolutely nothing to do with draw distance. I think we need to remind it that tractors don't actually do that. I think that's what we need to remind it. Yeah, I'm trying to keep that as, we appear to have taken up quite a lot of. Right, while that's busy doing that, because it is working, it does stop after a few minutes, but yeah, we are going to say the words. We're going to see guys and gals on the other side. equals done. Yes, I reckon it is. I thought this time I was, yeah, I could see that the yield on the bales was much worse than normal. I mean, yeah, I would say 2/3, which I think is about consistent with like what you get from fertilizer. So it really is quite a hit, and we can't really afford to do that. We've got to work hard to well, I mean, we're not doing badly. We can almost afford that feed, and we bought sheds, and we bought little bits and bobs, and yeah, and another breadall, and I mean, yeah, they're a cracking price. But what I mean is we have been gradually growing, and we've still got 376,682 euros. So yeah, it is quite amazing. I do realise, as I've just said that, I think every single Let's Play I've stuck on euros for the last 3 or 4 episodes, which is a little bit naughty of me. Yeah, the pigs are doing fantastic. The pigs are in now. That's really good news. We think we've completely done this field. I've done almost all of the tidy up. Struggled a little bit with this. Oh, needs rolling. Weeds. Oh no, hang on a minute. Weeds growing. Yeah, weeds growing. Right, we do need to do that. We're going to get the big weeder on that. I'll get that done now. I will. I want everything done on all that we've done now before going forwards, because I'm going to get the growth in where it's going to be the bigger weeds, and then we can only use the 12 metre. Yeah, I've got everything off here almost. Gave this a wide berth with the lining, as you can see. I've not contaminated any of the product, which I was worried about. A few little bits where I've not quite done the subsoiling, but I'm not worried because it's literally pretty much right there. I was a bit afraid because we all know that the cultivator will rip anything to pieces. Well, at least I think it will. I think it will literally damage. Yeah, there's just this bit of sunflower that we did. I don't know if I think we could get it in one bucket, but we've done all the cleanup up here as well. Used all the seed and stuck the other bit of sorghum, and it's a canola then. Yeah, sorghum into the pig food, and we're going to do exactly the same with this if there's enough. Ooh, and I also damaged a bit of the field as well. Oh, actually, we're not quite going to get it all in, are we? No. It's weird how it doesn't like to fill that last little bit. Well, we'll get it another day. Put this bit in, and then literally get the weeding done, and then we're going to call this session an end. It has been a bit of a monster actually, because there's a lot to do, and I always say about I would like it to be, some of the sessions can be half an hour long because you achieve your goal, that you do what you wanted to do. But this time there's a lot to do, and then we'll go through till April, and we'll do the did I say corn? I'm trying to think what I said. Yes, we did. We said we're going to go corn, didn't we, instead of sorghum. Is that wise? Or do we stick to sorghum? Fantastic. So I'm glad that I was unsure whether it had the capacity for that. Yeah, I mean, we are doing well. Even the Noah, we've got our own sort of transport, which is quite unique for me. I did think they're going forward, if I haven't got the enhanced animal system, one of the advantages to that was it did sell your animals. Oh, no, I have to put that away. Oh, no, we need it out. That's why I'm not putting it away. It is, thinking about it. Let's move this here. Let's go grab one off the fence. No, we've got the John Deere, I do. Well, do you know, we've got the John Deere, I did all the baling with that, so do you know, yeah. And that's the object that it couldn't get past. Right. Now then, does this need, it does. I am a little bit loath to put the repair points in down here because it is a lot of money, it really is. So a little bit surprised, although not really, but right, also, let's give this a bit of a push at the same time. 2 birds, 1 stone. It's not looking terribly mucky. Yeah, we're keeping on top of this a little bit. It's nice. It needs a little bit of a touch up from the last time it was done, so I'm liking that. Fantastic. Big weeder. Let's go grab it. I do like this. It's amazing. I love how tight it folds as well. Really is a very, very good. Oh, and I must have knocked that weight because it's not quite how it should be. No, neither of them actually. I must have caught them. It's amazing. I always think if I put them on there, I'm not going to knock them. But obviously you can see that somehow I have. There's a little bit of that seed or sorghum. Sorghum, I remember it's when we did the belt system. Yes, I'm well chuffed about the pigs. I'm hoping to stay well chuffed about the pigs because they are one of those things that they're a bit of an enigma. Although I've got to be honest, looking at it, I think the enhanced animal system was playing up a little bit for this. It's much bigger than you think it is. Was for a little bit longer. There's things like straw, and I remember quite a few things like literally using a bit quicker than you thought when I compare that to what it used to be like at the beginning without it. So I'm not sure it's not always malfunctioning a little, and if it is, then you sort of do wonder, well, do I stick it back in? Because if it's sort of, I'm not quite at the edge. Let's be thorough if we're going to do this. Yes. It'd be nice to get all the jobs done on this. I'm reasonably happy. I think if we have a quick look as we're going straight, yeah, that looks fairly yellow to me. There's a couple of patches, and there are a couple of patches where I've not quite subsoiled. I was going to say cultivated, but it's a bit of a crossover, isn't it, really? It's the only disadvantage, obviously, to using the subsoiler, because it does plough, technically, but it also does it is really a cultivator that does ploughing. So bottom line is you can't create fields with it unless you've got the mod on, of course, which will allow you to do that. It also, I don't know where I was going to go with that one, actually. I should think about it. Well, I did have a point, and as you get old, one of those where you don't know what you were actually going to say, which is horrible. It is horrible. It's one of those things. When I was 18, not that far back, my memory was absolutely stupendous. Always was very proud of the fact that I never forgot anybody's name and things like that. And now as I got older, I have to often just pulled the trigger by mistake. Yeah. Often have to be told at work. Our company's got a lot of names, so like new people, it's usually 4 or 5 times before the name sticks in my head, and I have to try really hard now not to forget. Yeah, it's not like it used to be. I have to try a lot harder. It's a bit horrible. These are the type of things that aren't so nice about getting from middle-aged and onwards. Yeah, those senior moments, as people call. Of course, I mean, it is strange. Yeah, I've got to be balanced as well. I've spoken to lots of young people, and they have moments as the same, but it does get worse. It does. I mean, yeah. But tiredness and stress also have an effect. Definitely. My job's quite stressful, and that's why I forget words at the end of the week. It's not that you really forget words, it's just that your brain's tired. I was reading an article the other day about brain chemistry and about how tiring it can be to have certain jobs that are brain power jobs, like IT, really, where it's just your brain really does grow tired from that type of thing as well. It's physically demanding jobs are one thing, and then mentally demanding jobs are another, and it does have an impact, and that's the noticeable impact, in so much as your memory gets worse and thinking ability as well. Yeah, and also get up and go. You drive. That's why often sometimes, again, poor choice of words. I often say, I often do say I'm feeling tired, or I don't feel very well. You don't really mean that you don't feel very well. What you mean is, I can't always. I've not got the get up and go at the end of the week to do the bigger Let's Plays off, which is why I really have chosen something like the White Farm, which I did another episode yesterday, because I was still tired, and I thought, I've got the massive Court Farm, I've got the the dialogues to do and all that type of stuff to literally do the storyline proud. I've got the dialogue all written down. I half started yesterday. I was fully intending to get all the dialogues at least recorded with the different voices, and the voice software went wrong, so it was typical. Yeah, I literally did all of the Kara sequences, and then played them back and realised that only one had done it with that voice. The rest had done it with my voice. I thought, well, great. That's going to be brilliant for everybody. So then I started to record it again. I thought, I can't be bothered. I'm not doing it a second time. It's gone wrong, and I'm going to literally, I'll do it again another time. Typical that the software went wrong. It is a little bit, it's a bit. Let's lift that. I think there's a little bit in this patch, maybe just across here, that I didn't quite achieve. I think I almost did, but I'm not going to take any chances. We've not done bad with this actually, with the weeder. I've noticed nearly every time there's been like the odd little tuft, but that's not bad really. I always find this is probably one of the most difficult things to actually do in FS, with the actual weeding, with going dry, or even any kind of weeding or herbicide. It's one of the few things that, other than the wheel marks, Giants haven't really given you any indicator. Not like fertilising, whether it's liquid or solid fertilising, you always get the lines, but you don't get that with herbicide, as far as I'm sure you don't. I'm sure that's right. The herbicide doesn't do anything at all, and this is going to be tight. It was tight getting in, and it's going to be tight getting in again. Yeah, so May morning is when the bales will be ready, and we'll stick a load. Oh, actually, I think I was in. I can't remember which one I was in now. Was I near the cultivator? Or yeah, it's weird in a way. I mean, we've got these lovely pieces of equipment. The cultivators we're never going to use because the subsoiler does that job. So, and it's the biggest one. So it's very nice having these pieces of equipment, but they're just taking up shed room. But I mean, and they're worth quite a bit of cash as well. And yeah, but they're not going to be worth that much now. Truthfully, I would imagine. And it's also, it's like throwing a gift horse, looking a gift horse in the mouth, as that old saying goes. We're throwing something away, or I suppose it is a game. Yeah, you've got to be careful not to take it too serious, I suppose. And with that in mind, I suppose really, yeah, that one we bought, we will keep that, definitely. That one, there's just no point, is there? Really? I think we'll sell it and literally, it is taking up. I know I could get more if I took it up, but I don't really like doing that anyway. But it is true. Why not? Why not make the most of it? It is taking up every other piece of equipment now. Yeah, the other cultivator maybe not, but we bought it in the sales. It's not worth a lot. We're going to keep it in case. The other thing is, sometimes you can have two of them. I doubt I'd ever have three in the field at once, but we could definitely have two in the field at once. So that is quite a possibility. I'm talking about sales sometimes later on. Is that not typical? The Hardy pack. Oh no, yeah, no, I did sort of, yeah, I class that as really. Yeah, we've already got the navigator. Now, they are one thing that nearly always crop up in the sales. I've got to be honest. Nearly always. I mean, regularly as well. I mean, you'll get one almost every month. They are quite amazing. I mean, we've got the bigger one anyway, so I'm well chuffed with that. Oh, I suppose we could have given that a run out, couldn't we, really? But the mechanical weeder is a beast anyway. Got to give it a few seconds for it to settle down. It still reads that it's... Yeah, rolling. Can we afford? How much is that? Yeah, I mean, I'd want to buy. We're stuck on things like the Dalbo, aren't we? Really? And I don't mean that in a nasty way. What I mean is, they're not cheap. Yeah, 41,000 is that. We wanted to go for that one. Do we? I think I know it's a little bit naughty, but it's such a tiny little bonus. Really, I'm not sure I'm that bothered. I think I'd sooner buy another field. It is getting to that point, really, where we could, really, with that money, could almost buy us. Yeah, I was looking at what I was saying. There's field 4, but it's Yeah, but it was field 7, I think I was looking at. We were close to being able to buy that. Yeah, and that looks bigger really. And isn't that's the better of the two fields, really? I mean, there's a bit of a track as well down the edge of the field that leads to it. It would still leave us quite a bit of cash. The one thing I am thinking though, obviously I've said that I'm playing realistically. We need to scan the field. Do we scan the field this? No, it's been a monster. It really has. We're left with 134,040 euros. We bought our pigs, so we bought another field. I am also, I do agree with Martin. I think I've probably made a bit of a mistake. I should have done this now, actually, before I did that, and then we could have saved the game. Yeah, animals, cows in the original thing. Yeah, I didn't realise. Didn't pay quite enough attention to that. Although I can't see where there was. And yeah, obviously there was. Marty was telling me a secret about um the TMR thing. I think I did vaguely remember that. So yeah, I did make a bit of a mistake because obviously I would have had animals there without buying anything. We may well buy that next. Some of that. I think it was 300,000 for the one. Yeah, I'm not. Oh, I think it comes with that field though, doesn't it? And that was the thing. Let's have a look. It's 13, isn't it? 266,000. So actually, it wouldn't matter that we didn't have the field. We could buy the farmyard back, even if it was only for the animal enclosure. Because truthfully speaking, if it was any one of the Horschers or another different one anyway, that's specific to the map, we probably couldn't afford it if we were buying the enclosure. Whereas if it came with that, then that would be quite a good place to go. I mean, I know we've not got the farmyard up there, so you like think, well, why would you want all the sheds up there? Well, it's not really anything to do with the sheds, not now. Yeah, I didn't like the other thing. I was thinking about that. I might not be the best at designing a farmyard, but I have got that ability where you look for the future. That's why, although I chose this originally, we've got the two grass fields, 17 and 18, 10 and 11. It throws me out, that does. I do wish. You have these plot numbers and field numbers. Yeah, 10 and 11, we've got that all along. And then obviously to begin with, we bought 7 and 8. Wow, someone likes their cotton. Mind you, I don't blame them on a massive field like that. Yeah, 7 and 8. But it was the future. I was thinking, well, you've got field 6 above, and you've got this monster here that takes up half of the map, which I would have bet, I bet it's about 2 million. Oh, you're out by rather a lot. Imagine doing that with base game. That would be a monster. It really would. So I was thinking we're only really going to ever be able to have a field set of 4, and we could almost have done that straight away. Whereas here, I was thinking there's a real good clump of fields. You've got to sometimes think of the future, and also I like the fields to be close together. I've always sort of tried to do that, design the farmer around that. And I know in real life that one, I mean, I know some farmers have got to go 10 miles to their next field. I know it does happen like that. It's not as, but this is a game, and that's one of the advantages to that. So if it is, I'm going to go with that. So obviously the next field I would buy is field 13. It's not quite as nice as the other one. And maybe in time, perhaps field 12, or it's got a few little islands. Also, how good is it? The precision farming side, not bad. I think that's what didn't we see? Most of these were actually quite reasonable. None of them are terrible. Field 7's the best of the lot, other than the one. Yeah, no, it's better than the one we've actually got. Yeah, that one's slightly better. Million. 23 is a million. Mind you, this is the deal one. This is nearly a million. That's why I wanted to do that. It will give us a really good stock, because I recognise that was more than one field, even though it was one field. Yeah, I thought that would do us proud. That one again, that's, yeah, I just wish we could have bought that patch of land there. That would have been perfect. But it's, yeah, that we've got our farmyard is on the edge really of this field. There's another on top. Marge, I don't know. Yeah, No, you can't buy that one. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be big enough. It really is. The farmyard, we've got enough now, even more so now we've sold that implement as well. We've got a little bit of space again. The other shed we've not even got. I do wish there was some of the smaller sheds in the base game where you could literally put. Yeah, another thing, I want another shed over in the grass field where we keep sticking the mowers, and I would like to put one of them down. But I thought it was more important to buy the next field, and we've still got enough money. New farmers start money really for seeds and all the rest of it to feed. Oh yeah, I did. That was the one thing I was going to say about feeding the pigs. Luckily, we've got fertilizer and lime aplenty. We'll get that scanned next time. Field 15. No, yeah, no, it is. It's plot 7, field 15. Yeah, field 15. We'll get that scanned next time. Is there anything down there we can run to? It's one time I wish I'd got the player speed on, because it's going to be too... Let's grab one of the tractors and just have a quick look. Yeah, they're all reasonably fast. Ah. Seriously. Yeah, just like this quick... Oh, we've got to go over the... it's not... Yeah, it isn't, is it? Think about it. We can run along the edge of the track, then run down. Yeah, it's not quite as close as you think, though, is it? Oh, isn't it water in between as well? Yeah, it probably is, actually, thinking about it. But then this is a little bit of a... I do like to unwind. Sometimes it's just all work. And it is nice sometimes just to decompress after all the work you've done, especially when you've done so much baling. It's all... Oh, I don't know. No, this is not going to be too bad, is it, actually? You can go straight along here, straight to our field. Ooh, it's a bit of a narrow... That's not exactly what I call a headland. Yeah, I don't think we'll be coming down here normally, so let's have a look at what will be the proper route across the map. It'll be that road at the top, won't it? Yeah, so this is our field. I don't like doing the liming, and it's going to be terrible, isn't it? Let's be honest. Yeah, he won't even let you see until you've actually scanned it. Yeah, I don't like liming when there's crop in the ground, because you wouldn't do it in real life. You'd do that at the beginning. So if the farmer hasn't done it, the one thing I am going to say, I'm not PHing. I'm not sure even. Yeah, oh no, the road is there. I was just seeing the lake, the massive lake, and thinking, do we fertilise it? Liming burns, but I'm not sure about fertilising either. We could do liquid fertiliser. Now that's a goer. That we could do. We could actually. If we've only got our own slurry, there's no slurry buy points, are there, on the map? I'm sure I'm right in saying that. Oh, I like this boulevard of trees. And the natural ones, it's not a planted one either. Let's have a look. I'm almost sure you cannot buy slurry. Yeah, that's... No, we really want the other one, don't we? The one below, to actually see if you can buy... Yeah, so we want buying. Slurry. Now, there's people that buy, but there's nobody that sells. And this is what I'm saying. Yeah, this is where it gets awkward. Because he's trying to do a natural process, and again, as a content creator, sometimes you've got to call it. I think I'm going to have to. I think we're going to probably buy something like the multi-fruit. I'm going to have to tick that box. Multi-fruit buying just for the slurry. I'd like to go with the proper slurry points. I have got some, but I can't seem to find the ones they're buying. Right, no, it's not. This is a little bit narrow, and also I'd have to go through the posts. Yeah, I see, that's what I'm saying. That entire weeding that we did, we missed a little patch there, and a couple of little tufts around the post, which those I expected, because I wasn't going to go through the post. So that's not bad, not for manual weeding really. And the other field, I don't think was much worse. In fact, we could use that fantastic ability of the game before we go to actually see how well we did do the weeding, because it will show patches of weeding. Yeah, well, we know. Oh, I didn't not quite so good on that one. So that one was mainly around that post. A little couple of speckles there. This one here, there's a couple of patches, and you can see where I've not quite gauged the widths right, and I've left a little. Yeah, there's been like a 6 foot patch where I didn't quite overlap well, which you can almost see the pattern they actually did. You can see the lines where I did it, and obviously I didn't quite gauge it correctly. So yeah, I'm still quite reasonably happy with that. It could be an awful lot worse. But yeah, it's not bad, I don't think. So this field is completely done. We'll just have a quick look though before I sign out of this session, just to make sure. We looked at the sunflower itself. We can quite plainly see that these magic trees. So many boughs on them, they are so annoying. And obviously in real life you'd push through the branches. In this, not so much. Yeah. So we saw the sunflowers was done. We can see that the liming's been done. Now obviously I think there was the first bit where the pHing still, I mean, actually, to be honest, we don't really need to do the pHing, but it's amazing if you miss it just once, the time after that, it does start to go quite nasty. So yeah, the bit I was looking for was, okay, you can see it a little bit. Yeah, you can see, actually, it's the other field above the wheat, where I missed that first line because the fertilizer wasn't on. So that's going to be slightly under fertilized. I thought I'd done the same on this one, but obviously not. I think I must have corrected it. It looks like if I just put that, I think I might have missed that because it was the 6 meter, if you remember. I think that first patch there was where I didn't switch it on in time, and then obviously everything else was on all of the time. So yeah. So next, are we going to go sorghum, or are we going to go? I wanted to go corn, but then you've got the. Well, we're always going to subsoil anyway after each one of them, aren't we? I want to know, but then you can no-till. Whereas corn, you can't. I'm trying to think. Yeah, there is an advantage to doing it that way. That is true. Sorghum is tomorrow anyway, the same as corn. But it is true. We could go sorghum, and we could plant sorghum straight away with the big 12 meter because it's no-till. Did we? No, we didn't go. That was sugar beet. So that means we do. Yeah, you can't no-till on top of that. It needs to be. Yeah, we can. Yeah, so we will grab the subsoiler. I almost did it this session. I thought you've got a lot on. You've got to juggle. You've got to go over and you've got to do the baling as well as soon as you can. And you set and the workers were determined that they were going to do right weird things. They've got to babysit them a bit more than I would. Well, a lot more than Courseplay, obviously. But I had to keep my eye on them because they kept on going the wrong, really weird directions and all stuff like that. Anyway, I'm going to make this session massive if I don't shut up. So I'm going to shut up. Yeah, would just love to say thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope that you stick with me on this journey. It's a fantastic map, it really is. And now we bought another field. We are doing well, I've got to be honest. It is tough, base game. I mean, the repairs, that's the other thing I keep on and ahhing about. It's 45,000, it's quite a massive chunk that is. But if you, I mean, we've only got 134,000. If you get one of those nice surprise sales, I mean, tractors, I don't think we really need an awful lot. I think we could make do with that, everything that we've got all the way through the Let's Play. Yeah, 517, I think the 1050 is. I think that's right. There's not many implements that I would ever really need to go bigger than that. I'm quite happy with an 8 meter. I mean, my favourite plough is the 9 meter plough by Black Sheep Modding. Is it Black Sheep? I'm sure it is. I keep. Oh, that's true. We can actually do that now. We can see if I'm correct. No, it's actually not classed as a plough, is it? Oh no, it is. It's just you can't see it because you've neither got the mod on that shows the modder's name, nor have you got the mod itself. But I think it's batshit mod, I'm sure it is. But I'll double check. On one of the Let's Plays that can do that. Yeah, I do love the 9-metre plough. And I do love the Royal Christie 6-metre as well, because that it's slightly faster. So it's not much different having the 6-metre by Royal Christie, because it's a little faster if you've got the horsepower to really give it a kick. Than it is the 9-metre. There's not much in it, but yeah, and I like the 6-metre because it does the field edges better, because it's a bit more precise. The 9-metre's a bit more clunky, but then again it's 9-metre, so I mean I could manage any Let's Play with a couple of the 9-meters and not ever worry about going really much above 200 horsepower. Really, that would be more than adequate to run something that big, and I'd be happy with that. I don't necessarily need to go big anymore. That was a thing that I used to do when I first started in FS, where you think, oh, I've got to go bigger, I've got to go bigger. Now I wouldn't care if, again, I know it's not quite the same in the base game, because you've got standard workers, and it's not so easy to field 2 or 3 harvesters on a field. You can do it, and Mr. CDP's done it, but you've got to babysit a lot more. It's a lot more work than it would be if you put a team of 3 with Courseplay. And of course I do realise that is one thing where I am spoiled, in so much as I have got Courseplay available, and that means that I can lean on, as you would in real life. It is like in real life, you would bring a team of thingy, but when you've got a base game only, the game really lends itself to the fact that with standard workers you really do need to have to go bigger, because it's not so easy to field like a team as it is if you were using something like Courseplay, which is more realistic and more like real life, where you can have a team, which is the way it would be done in real life. You can't always afford to throw $500,000 at a piece of equipment, or when you could literally spend 60 grand on 2 bits of equipment that will do the same thing, but you just need 2 tractors. So yeah, it is more realistic. Anyway, yeah, as always as well, I do love to hear from yourselves. Yeah, if you've got any comments, please knock yourself out. Advice, I mean, I must admit, Marty, Kevin are always giving me good advice, sound advice, things that I didn't always know as well. It's any of you, if you see there's something, or that you just want to share something that you've found out yourself on Farming Simulator, or a real life fact, honestly, I would love to hear from you, and I would pass it on and give you a shout out, and let everyone else know your grand ideas, because we all have to stand on the shoulders of giants, as the saying goes, sometimes, and I don't mean giant software. Anyway, yes, all that remains to be said is goodbye for now.